Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we're going to be making some jerk shrimp pasta. So yes, I recently learned this dish and I've been making it ever since. Okay, it's so easy to make. It's super cheesy. You can even add more cheese, but I'm not even a big cheese fan, and I love this. So definitely stay tuned if you want to learn how to cook this. If you guys enjoy this video, remember to give it a big like and to subscribe to my channel. That would really help me out and help us grow. So let's just get into this recipe. So the first thing you're going to need is to get some seasonings. Okay, so I'm Haitian extra, so there are going to be seasonings here that you do not need necessarily, but I will tell you the ones that you do need to have. Okay, so make sure you have some seasonings. You need some cheese, you need some pasta, you need some shrimp, and make sure you get you some fresh vegetables. So here I cut up some peppers and some garlic, and I have some parsley on the side, but you can use parsley powder as well. That's just going to be for decoration. You're going to need jerk seasoning. So I have this brand here from Jamaican Choice, and I also have another brand from Grace. So I'm going to be using both of them since I already had them on hand. So I'm going to be combining those into the dish, and now I'm going to show you the shrimp that I'm going to use. This is a shrimp from the Kirkland brand. It is so big and juicy. I made sure that I cleaned it up with some lemon juice, and they were already clean and deveined, which is great. So you're going to need you some pasta, some penne pasta, and this is one of my favorite cheeses. You know, I'm not even a big cheese fan, but Gouda is awesome. It is so soft and creamy, and it melts in your mouth, and I love to grate it, and when it's grated it looks just like this, and it is the perfect cheese. Y'all can at me, okay? I love Gouda cheese, so I'm going to be using some on here. Now we're going to get started with the seasoning of the shrimp. So I'm going to start by adding some black pepper. Then I'm going to make sure to add a little bit of salt. So I'm adding some pure sea salt. And then I'm going to go in with Old Bay seasoning. Old Bay is mandatory if you are cooking seafood, okay? All types of seafood. Old Bay just adds its little flair and it makes it so yummy. I'm adding some turmeric powder. You don't necessarily have to, but I always add it to my dishes just because it has so many health benefits. So I'm going to be adding some turmeric powder all over it. Y'all, seriously, if you're not already consuming turmeric, look into it, okay? It has so many good things. Like, it's good for your body, so get into it. So now I'm adding my Jamaican jerk seasoning. As you guys can see here, look at the texture. This one is hot, so I'm not going to be adding too much. I'm just adding 1 tablespoon. And here I have my green seasoning. Usually in Haitian cuisine we will use this blend of spices called épices, but I didn't have any more on hand, so I'm using this already pre-made green seasoning blend from the store. Now I'm going to be mixing all of my shrimp together. You want to make sure that every piece of shrimp is coated in your yummy, delicious seasoning mixture. I'm gonna go actually back in with more jerk seasonings. Usually I would add even more, but I was cooking for people who are not big spice fans. But if you guys like spicy stuff, really go in with your jerk seasoning. It really just gives your dish that punch. And again, we're making jerk shrimp pasta, so you can try to give it as much jerk taste as possible, but remember not to overpower your dish. So I would not put more than 2 tablespoons of jerk seasoning in there. Now we're going to saute our shrimp. One thing to remember is that shrimp does not take long to cook at all. So I'm going to be adding my shrimp into a pan with hot oil. I'm adding it one by one, and I'm going to let my shrimp saute for approximately 2 minutes on each side, okay? As long as you see your shrimp turning pink, that's already a good indicator of your shrimp already just being almost done, okay? So let that thing cook for about 2 minutes on each side. Set a timer if you have to, but do not let it cook for longer than 4 to 5 minutes. Even that's a long time, but definitely 4 minutes is the cap, okay? If you guys can see here, my shrimp is looking so pink and yummy, and that is my indicator to take it off. So I'm going to be taking another bowl, and I'm going to dump all of my shrimp into one nice bowl because we're going to be adding that into our dish later, okay? Now we're going to be boiling our pasta. So I'm adding some salt, into the water, and I'm going to bring it to a boil, and I'm going to be adding my pasta. That's what you would normally do, but this time I just threw everything in. You just want to make sure that your pasta cooks for approximately 10 minutes. Do not overcook your pasta because we're going to be mixing everything in together, and it will cook some more, so you don't want your pasta to become soft. Okay, so cook it for only about 10 minutes. Then you want to strain your pasta into another container, and if you guys can see here, I'm just adding some butter so that the noodles cannot get stuck together. I recently learned this, y'all. I have been cooking all this time and I was never adding any butter in there. One thing that you can also do that I did, and actually did not show it, but I added some oil into the pasta when it was boiling. But yes, adding oil will help it from stick it together. So now I'm going to be getting another container, adding some oil, and we're going to saute some veggies. So the veggies that I cut earlier, I'm going to put them into a pan and fry them up. So that is green peppers, red peppers, and then my garlic. Now I'm going to be adding some heavy cream. This is about 1 quart of heavy cream, and I'm going to pour the entire thing into the pan. This is going to be a good base for this dish. You can use multiple things. I've seen people use some other creamers. It depends on what you like, but as long as it's a thick, creamy consistency. Now we're going to be seasoning our mixture. So I'm adding more Old Bay seasoning, and then I'm going to go back in with the essentials, you know, just some paprika, some black pepper. I'm gonna add some more jerk seasoning just because it was missing a little. It was a little not spicy at all, you know, and they would be fine. So I decided to make it a little bit more spicy. I just love spicy foods, so I added a little bit more, and I'm going to be blending all of that in together to make sure that my creamy mixture just has, you know, just soaks up the flavor. So Goya is canceled obviously, but we're still gonna use adobo though. At least let's let this one run out. So I'm adding some adobo just to season it up a little bit more. Then I have these Maggi cubes that are just so good. I'm using about half just because I didn't want to add too much. I didn't want the dish to just have too much sodium, so I'm only using about half. And I am going to mix that up as well just to make sure that everything just tastes so yummy. Now all of this is on low. I should have definitely said that earlier, but as soon as you start frying your vegetables, you want to make sure that your stove is on low. Now we're going to be adding some mozzarella cheese and the Gouda cheese. Okay, so you're going to be adding in your cheese very slowly. Do not throw the whole thing into there, but the goal is really to just mix in your cheese very slowly with the broth. Is that even a broth? I don't know what it's called. It's a cream, but you want to make sure that you're blending in your cheese with the creamy mixture slowly so that all of it can just become a creamy mixture, okay, because of the cheese. So don't add all of the cheese all at once. So as you're adding in it, make sure that you're stirring and stirring so that the cheese can just melt and integrate itself into the mixture. I've said mixture so many times. So I added the mozzarella, and now I'm going to be adding my Gouda cheese. Just looking at this cheese is just I love Gouda cheese so much, y'all. If you've never tried this cheese, you are missing out. Get yourself some Gouda cheese if you like cheese that just melts in your mouth. It's just so yummy. Now you want to add the pasta, but make sure that you're not throwing the entire thing in there. So start to add your pasta a little bit slowly and start stirring it up so that each coat of your pasta can just be filled and soak with that creamy mixture. So I don't know if you guys could see that in the background, but I added a little bit of the sauce that was from the shrimp just to give the dish a little bit more flavor. Okay, so I added the rest of my pasta, and now I'm going to be mixing all of it together. Y'all, your stove is on low still, okay? Make sure that it is still on low because you still want your pasta to be cooked into the sauce. So leave it on low. And now I'm going to be adding some shrimp, but make sure you leave some shrimp for decoration. That's what's going to make your dish look crazy good after. So add in some shrimp, but leave some so that you can put into a plate and just garnish your dish whenever you're done. So added the shrimp now, and I'm mixing everything in together, and oh my goodness, y'all, when I tell you that this smelled so good. Y'all know the smell of jerk seasonings, okay? So my entire kitchen just smelled like shrimp and Caribbean food and jerk seasonings and Jamaican food, and oh my gosh, this dish turned out so amazing. Listen, I'm not Jamaican, but I learned to make this, and yo, I am so proud of myself because I'm about to make this all day, and whenever I serve this up, no one can tell me I'm not a chef, okay? Because it looks so good, it tastes so amazing, and this will impress anybody, okay? And it's super easy to make. If you like this video, please give it a big like. Go ahead and turn that button blue and subscribe to my channel as well. That would really help me out and help me reach all of my YouTube goals. I really appreciate you guys. Go ahead and comment something down below and let me know if you've ever made this, or if there's anything I could do to add a little bit more flair to it to make it better, or just let me know if you're going to recreate this. So thank you guys so much for watching and joining in with me today. I love and appreciate you guys, and I will see you on the next video. Bye. Thank you.